All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah.
How you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So you.
Hey, y'all, Gravity, any day above ground, live it. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Wednesday. You know what it is when it is Wednesday. You know what it is. Y'all can write it in the chat. That's right. It is called Hump Day. And you know what you got to do on Hump Day? You got to go out there and hump something. Shout out to the sexy females in the world that are black. I think that way that should weed out those who are not black. It's okay. It's my birthday today, my first day in the 40s. Hey, like the temperature. I want all women to send me pictures of their sundresses. That's right, because today is Hump Day. But anyway, considering that today is Hump Day in the middle of the week, we're going to watch this middle of the road president make an asinine fool of himself and his base. You know, the ones who said they voted for all this winning. You're sure? We saw that mortgage thing, and I was really quiet. I'm not going to be quiet. Trump sold out MAGA. MAGA just found this out. MAGA just found out what we all knew. Trump is a puppet. They love to put around those memes of saying he's not being controlled. He's fighting for you. You're right. But he's not fighting for you. He's fighting for BRICS. He's fighting for Asian. The owners and controllers of global financialized capital, the OCGFC, who is apolitical, by the way. He's fighting for OPEC Plus. He's fighting for BRICS. He's fighting for the Middle East. He's not fighting for the American people. And they're still mad at him for what he said yesterday about the H-1Bs and bringing in Chinese students. Welcome to the party, pal. Shout out to John McClain. Well, we're going to get into all of that. But before we do all that, considering this is my first one in the 40s, like the temperature down here, let's see who's in the building. Reparations Nation, good morning. Wallow J, good morning. Anthony Ruger Phillips, good morning. Black Storm, good morning. Rokamoro, good morning. GDS, good morning. Stolen Ancestors, good morning. Stream Elements, you bastard, good morning to you. Anthony Ruger Phillips, good morning. Damon Reeves, good morning. And for those who have said anything in the live chat or the comments yet, good morning. So we got some videos and articles to read, but before we do all that, we're going to get into the customary house cleaning.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now go to start the teaching.
Okay. Now y'all see this thumbnail I made. This is the AI is dangerous. We're gonna call him Trump Saw. That's what we're gonna call it. Trump Saw decided to say what he said to Laura Ingraham. I was trying to get the whole interview, but I think Fox News understood the assignment because Fox News did not put up the full interview. They just put up clips. So I'm wondering if he's going to go outside and say, you know what, they deceptively edited the clip and the interview. But, you know, he's a dickhead. But we will show you how he sold out MAGA. So come on in, MAGA, and tell me how he did not sell you out. Are you ready? Let's get ready to have much fun watching Trump sell out MAGA.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
All right. So on screen is YouTube. This is what we're going to play. President Trump, this is my thing. This is when he talked about the economy. I want y'all to listen very, very intently on what he says in this. It's going to be fun. So if you have notebooks, get those notes ready. If you don't, replay squad.
Get to work! The one thing Republicans have to do to win the midterms, plus making the fake vindictive news pay. Here's part 2 of my exclusive interview with President Trump. Are you going ahead and suing the BBC?
Well, I guess I have to. You know, why not? Because they defrauded the public, and they've admitted it, and their top echelon.
Director General and the CEO
This
both
is
resigned.
within one of our great allies. You know, this is supposedly our great ally, BBC. The government has a chunk of that one, I guess, but that's a pretty sad event. They actually changed my January 6th speech, which was a beautiful speech, which was a very calming speech, and they made it sound radical. And they actually changed it. What they did was rather incredible. They're showing me the results later on, the results of what they did, how they butchered it up. But it was very dishonest, and the head man quit, and a lot of the other people
We're actually
quit.
going to play it right now.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell.
And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
But tonight you are saying to our viewers that you will go forward and file a defamation lawsuit against the BBC.
Well, I think I have an obligation to do it because you can't allow people to do that. I couldn't allow 60 Minutes. You know, we settled that one for many millions of dollars, and I couldn't have allowed that to take place. They changed the answer that Kamala gave. They took out the entire answer and they put another answer in. The first answer was election defying. The second answer was not good, but it wasn't a disaster. And they actually did that. They never did it with me.
Which Democrat should Republicans be most worried about going forward in 2028, perhaps?
Well, I wouldn't want to say, because that gives that person an immediate boost. It's like when they say, are you going to attack Venezuela? Are you going to attack?
All right, let's talk about this. We got to play it again, though, family. We got to play it again.
Shutting America off from the world and directing everybody elsewhere, you know, telling all business to go elsewhere. The only place he approaches with open hostility, you know, from a policy point of view, the only place he approaches with any hostility is Europe and other Western countries, other allies.
So yesterday we heard France. Today we hear England via the BBC. But okay, he's still talking about January 6th. Hey, dumbass, it doesn't matter what you said that day. You knew who your base was. You knew they were going to be stupid enough to go to the Capitol. You knew this. You told them to go there. You know your base is a bunch of racists. You knew this. And for all of you idiots that love to tell us that, oh, it was the FBI, they set us up. Well, stupid, they'd have to set you up by you letting yourself get set up. Why would you, again, since I can't get this question answered, why in the hell would you go to a building Nancy Pelosi controlled knowing that was Trump's biggest op? Why would you do that? I need this explained. Please tell me why. Come on. Hey, Doug, I'm 40 today. I'm in an arguing mood. You know, that's what old men do. We argue. So this is what we're going to do for you, sirs. We don't run. Don't you run. Come here. Come tell me all about all this Trump. Come on. This should be fun. I need a co-host today because, you know, when you get old, you need somebody to bounce off of. So come on in. So come on in. Come tell us all about Trump. We can have you and I can go back and forth. It'll make it even better. I think it would. Wouldn't it make it better, family? He can tell me all about Trump and tell me about all this winning. Come on. Hey, you could come up here too, Malvin. You can come up here too. Tell me all about my 18-year-old brain. Because last I checked, the 18-year-old brain that I have could pull your woman. 18-year-olds wish they knew what I knew about politics. They would get laid all day. You say pin the link? Shit, I don't know. I never knew how it worked on StreamYard. I don't know if it actually pins it in YouTube or not. I'm not sure. I don't even know where I put it. Oh, there it is. I guess I could do it. Let me know if it's pinned. Yes, I'm only 18. Malvin, come tell me to grow up. Come on. I'll even get on camera because I'm black. Come on. Let's go. I'm a black man. This should be easy for y'all. Let's go. Well, Damon, if you 64, that's all right. Nothing wrong with being 64. Come on. Come on, Doug. Tell me how stupid I am. I bet you can't articulate that. And you know what? Before we even start that debate, I will let you tell the whole audience how to spell articulate. No Google. Come on now. This should be easy. This should be so easy. Again, I'm black. This should be easy. So easy. This is the wet dream that you guys want all day. You want to put a black man in this place. This is something your fake ancestors used to do on the daily, right? Come on, this should be easy. Let's go. Come on. You got about 34 people watching you. This should be easy. Oh, oh. Y'all, oh, I get it. I get it. You lost your job. That's right. And you know, that's not cool. We're not laughing at you losing your job. So in between you trying to troll me, you got to go look for work. So you know what we're going to do for you, family? I'm going to be nice because I'm 40 today. I'm going to be nice. What we're going to do is we're going to look up Malvin, right? This is what we're going to do. We're going to go on Indeed because a name like Malvin, I'm sure they are hella qualified for something. So let's go get their last name real fast. Malvin Silva. Okay, so it sounds like they probably don't have a job because they're scared of ICE. So what we're going to do is we're going to find Malvin a nice job. So let's see. I wonder if they got street sweeper. We're going to look up street sweeper. We're going to look that up. Well, let's see. You're probably not in Atlanta. We'll look all over the USA. We'll help him out. We'll look up America. He's probably in Texas with the last name Silva, either Texas or New York. So what we're gonna do is $17 an hour. Now that's beautiful for Texas. That's beautiful. Hold on, Damon. Let me take your thing off. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Look. Now, fam, see, all I had to say was I'm black and look at them crashing out. Look at them. This is what I mean. Just stick around. Stick around. It's going to get worse. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do this. Actually, I forgot which one you turn. Oh, wait, this one. We're going to look at this. Yeah, Kamala said that years ago. Keep up. So we're gonna help you. There's a sweet streeper. Yes, I said that correctly because we know Silva can't spell. So you're gonna have to take somebody with you to fill out the application. But look, $17 an hour. You get a 401k, health insurance. You only gotta work Monday through Friday. Come on now, that's perfect. So Saturday and Sunday you could dodge ICE. Come on, Malvin. You want me to send this to you? I think I should send this to you. Send me your email. I'm just saying. Come on. Click the link. You're white. You're right. It should be easy because y'all are stupid. I mean, you voted for this man. You got to be dumb. You heard that man for a year and a half say what he was going to do, and you still voted for him. Now you're mad that he's doing what he's doing. Y'all are stupid. This should be easy. But we know y'all won't come up here and come talk to me. We know this. And you know why we know this? Because your favorite influencers / never taught you and don't teach you on the daily how to debate. They just tell you to follow people and just regurgitate what they say. No research. But that's okay. We understand it. Because they're just as dumb. Especially people like Matt Walsh and Steven Crowder. They're just as dumb. But that's all right. We're going to leave it pinned up there for you. Maybe one of y'all will get some nuts. You know, maybe when your woman gets up after she got cucked last night and you had to hold the video camera again. maybe one of y'all will get up and actually have some nuts and come see me. But I'm not holding it out. I'm not. I'm gonna get back to this Trump, and we're gonna make fun of this man because this man is a whole puppet. So we're gonna get back to work. You pussies can go again. We went on Indeed, try to look for you a nice, respectable career to start off because you know you gotta start from the bottom because that's how your president taught you. And we're gonna continue having fun. Did I get my SNAP benefits? You wish I did, because unlike y'all, I would flip it. But that's okay. Let's continue.
Attack this one. Are you going to attack? You say, I'm not going to tell you whether or not I am, so I don't want to really give you, but I think this. We are doing phenomenally well. This is the greatest
phenomenally well, he says. Okay.
Economy we've ever had. Their talking points, oh, of course they're high, of course they're high. By the way, the only thing is beef.
Coffee.
Is a little high because the ranchers are doing great. Coffee
ranchers are doing great. This is what he said. The ranchers are doing great.
Their talking points, oh, of course they're high, of course they're high. By the way, the only thing is beef.
Coffee.
Is a little high because the ranchers are doing great. Coffee.
Beef is a little high because the ranchers are doing great. You mean the same ranchers that were cursing you out on Twitter? The ones that were going on TV cursing you out, talking about how you gonna sell us out to Argentina? Them ranchers. That's who you talking about? This fucking guy. Oh, hey, you, Trump, fucking guy. You want to explain this to us? How last month you lost 153,000 jobs in the economy? Since we're doing so great, fucking guy. Huh? And this is private sector because you know you still shut down. So the BLS, the full data is not there, but this is private sector. You still want to tell us that you're doing well. We're doing well. You still want to do that? Or nah? Are you finally going to tell the truth for the first time in 40 years? Well, actually, second time, because the first time you actually admitted to fucking Stormy Daniels, and we saw how she looks now. You fucked a fake hot chick into real ugly. That's crazy. I ain't never seen no shit like that. But you know, it's Trump. He's a wealth of possibilities. Let's continue.
Get to work. Coffee. We're going to lower some tariffs. We're going to have some coffee come in. We're going to take care of all this stuff very quickly, very easily. It's surgical. It's beautiful to watch.
This is the same motherfucker who said the second day grocery prices were going to go down. And here we are over 10 months later. Oh, okay. All right. Keep going.
But our costs are way lower.
Did you see that? Who saw that?
We're going to lower some tariffs. We're going to have some coffee come in. We're going to take care of all this stuff very quickly,
this
very
man
easily.
is reading the script. The script is potent. What went down? And don't tell that lie. Beef went down. Don't tell that lie. Don't y'all come in here and start telling lies about beef and coffee because I work in the food service industry. Don't you sit up there and tell that lie. Don't do it. And I have somebody in here who does purchasing for supermarkets. Do not lie. Thank you. The reason the screen is backwards is because it's YouTube, not YouTube, a Google extension I use called Mirror My Screen to help me avoid copyrights. So I reversed the screen. Thank you so much.
It's surgical. It's beautiful to watch. But our
look at that. Look at that. You saw his eyes go to the other side? Lying motherfucker.
Costs are way lower. Now, Walmart came out with a statement that they do every year for many, many decades.
Oh,
and they said that a Thanksgiving meal costs 25% less this Thanksgiving.
Caught him. Caught him. Because I knew he was going to bring this up. Well, let's take a look at that Walmart Thanksgiving dinner that they were raging about. And people that have bought it before realized that they were getting shafted. Since he's going to sit here and lie. Oh, and by the way, the turkey they're giving them this year, if you choose to buy it, is Butterball, who gave him significant, contributions to his reelection campaign. How about that? Let me see if I can get the graphic so you could see it side by side, because I don't want people telling me that I'm lying. You know what? I'm going to get it off of X. But anyway, how y'all doing today? I always forget to ask that. And even you bitch ass trolls, I hope you have a productive day, even though y'all ain't shit. Okay, here we go. Now, I want this man to tell me, because it's 25% cheaper, what the difference is. So let's see. Now, this is 2024 right here. This is 2025 right here. Okay, so you get a whole frozen turkey. No brand name. So I'm figuring it's probably one of them off brands, but that's fine. 88 cents. This year, you could get a Butterball turkey, 13.5 pounds. So it's a set poundage. Lowest price is 2019. You know somebody slipped that in there. Butterball. All right. By the way, Butterball inhumanely kills their turkeys. But, shout out to them. Me personally, I'd rather go to the farmer's market, get a real turkey, get a whole turkey. That's just me, though. If you live in the South or up north and you can get to a farm that has the turkeys, go do that. You should have put your order in 2 weeks ago, but, maybe you could slip in one. All right. We continue. Great Value Sweet Hawaiian Rolls. You don't get it this year. No rolls. Great Value Golden Sweet Whole Kernel Corn. You get 3 cans, 15 ounces. All right. Me personally, I would just go get real corn, but it's okay. I'm looking here. Great Value corn. So it's not sweet. It's not golden. They're just going to give you the bullshit one. Okay. Say less. Ocean Spray Jelly Cranberry Sauce. I mean, people love their cranberry sauce. I look here. Fresh cranberries. So they told you go on Google and learn how to make cranberry sauce. Nothing wrong with that. It's very easy. You just cook it down and then strain it, let it cool, and then you're good to go. But I know people like it in the can. And you could just put it on a little plate and everybody take their little slice. It's okay. It's okay. Great Value canned green beans. Again, you should eat fresh, but I'm not gonna go after that. Great Value green beans, 14.5 ounce, 3 cans. So that's probably the first time that you get something for a little bit better value. You get an extra can this year. French's crispy fried onions, for your green bean casserole that don't nobody eat, but okay. I'm looking, they give you Kinder's fried onions, 1.5 ounces less. Campbell's condensed cream and mushroom soup, 2 cans. I'm looking, you get 1 can this year. 1 can. Dairy prices have gone up, by the way. 1 can, though. Okay. Great Value brown gravy mix. Okay. Let's see. Great Value brown gravy mix. Okay, they give you the same. Okay. Marie Callender Southern Pecan Pie. Oh, shit. They don't give you no dessert. They told you to take the pumpkin can and go make it yourself. Oh, Lord. At least they give you the crusts. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Great Value frozen whipped topping. No whipped topping this year. Great Value frozen deep dish pie crust. Well, again, they give you pie crust, but they don't tell you which pie crust. You see, they just say pie crust. They fuck around and give you some tart crust. You're gonna be heated. Great Value 100% pure pumpkin. Okay. Same thing. Evaporated milk. Okay. They don't give you marshmallows this year. Now, how are you supposed to have a great cup of hot chocolate on Thanksgiving morning without some marshmallows? And even for the sweet potatoes. That's crazy. Jiffy corn muffin mix. Now, this is the one that pissed everybody off. How you don't give them corn muffins? You know those are shitty, but no corn muffins. Come on now. With a corn muffins. Poultry seasoning. You don't get no poultry seasoning this year. They do give you stovetop, though. You're going to get stovetop. Swanson chicken broth. So you get a quart of chicken broth. Let me look. No chicken broth this year. I mean, I'm sure somebody has a neighbor that has bouillon cubes. I'm sure. You get the potatoes, okay. You get the whole sweet potatoes. I think I saw it on here. No, they don't give you sweet potatoes this year. Oh wow, that's crazy. No sweet potatoes. They don't even give you onions. Oh no, no onions and no celery for your gravy. But he's bragging that this is supposed to be better because it's 25% cheaper. No shit. No shit. This is their man.
Coming up, think of that, than it did last Thanksgiving under Sleepy Joe Biden. That's a 20.
And I guarantee you he gonna troll everybody on Thanksgiving with his spread with his family. And he gonna piss them off. Hold me to that. Thanksgiving Day, watch for his posts. By the way, screenshot. Watch for his post about Thanksgiving. He gonna have a picture with him and his family and a hella spread talking about I'm having Thanksgiving dinner with my cabinet, and that plate, that table finna be full. He gonna piss people off with that. Watch what I tell you.
25% reduction. I think that's right. And if you remember when I first came in, the first 2 days I had a news conference, eggs, they were hitting me with eggs. Eggs had quadrupled in price.
Keep going.
And they're screaming at me. I just got here. I didn't know about eggs.
Keep going.
Brooke Rollins, our agricultural commissioner, secretary, did a great job. And now eggs are what they were. We got eggs down. We get it all down. But our prices are much lower. Their line is price is affordability. That's the new word, affordability. It's much less expensive under Trump.
I noticed how he didn't tell Laura Ingraham the reason why them egg prices went down is because he bought them from Canada and Turkey. Why didn't you tell the people that? I don't think they would have cared, but I think they would have known. You just put us in hock more with. He put us in hock more with the Muslim world and his northern op. But okay, it's okay.
And I haven't been here long. 9 months is not a long time. But look at what I've done to energy. Look at the price of gasoline.
Okay, again, they're still using the winter blend, number one. Number two, you're doing the same thing you did the first term. You're crashing the oil price to make yourself look good. Even though, and anybody can go verify this, the Middle East has put billions into green energy. We have documented on this channel many times how these companies like Chevron, ExxonMobil, BP, Shell, they do not, I repeat, they do not want to do any more shale drilling. They told you that it's not worth it for us to go out there and go solicit our lobbyists to go get these permits to go drill. It's not worth it. And as people don't want to bring up this summer, and I'm actually shocked that they would hide this because this probably would have spurred people to go out. This summer is probably going to go down as one of the least traveled in this country's history. Well, recent history. Because remember, they tried to brag that Memorial Day prices are down. People are going to travel. It's going to be one of the most traveled days we've ever seen. Never happened. Then they pivoted and said, okay, July 4th is going to be there in about 5 weeks. That's going to be the most traveled. I proved to you that it didn't happen. Labor Day is supposed to be the last holiday of the summer season. Nobody went anywhere, really. And now we're coming along Thanksgiving. People have already told you that Thanksgiving is probably not going to be like it was maybe a year or two ago when everybody got together. People were like, I'm probably going to keep it low key this year. Money tight. And they're even talking about Christmas. People aren't really going to be traveling. They can't afford it. So explain to us how gas is down and people are not going outside buying this gas. And before somebody try to lie to me, I go on these highways. Even the highway gas stations aren't full. That should tell you something.
From $4.50 to $2.50 or $2.70, it's going to be $2 gasoline.
People want affordable.
Well, the economy is my thing, and we have the greatest economy in history.
Are Republicans not selling it?
He's still saying it. Okay.
Yes, the Republicans don't talk about it.
Yeah, so they need to do a better job on Capitol Hill.
The Democrats give false talk, and the Republicans, and I say it all the time, Republicans have to talk about the fact that prices are down. The Walmart thing is very important. When Walmart says a Thanksgiving meal costs 25% less under Trump than under Biden, to me, that's better than.
So Republicans need to spend more time talking about how great the country is and less time complaining about the Democrats?
We have potentially the greatest economy in the history of our country. We have, again, Biden did in just a short period of time. Biden couldn't raise anything. No investment. I think investment went out of our country. I'm now at almost $18 trillion in 9 months. That's the biggest in the history of the world. China's never done it, never done anywhere near that. And all that money is coming in. It's investment. It's building auto plants. It's building AI plants. By the way, we're leading China by a lot on AI.
Yes, sir, because you went to the Middle East and took their money. Yes. By the way, did you still tell the American people that our data is going to be in the desert? Did you tell them that? Or are you not planning on telling them that? Oh, you're planning on telling them that next year and then say it was the radical left Democrats that told you to do that. The same Democrats that you're leaning towards ever so slightly every day. Okay.
We have potentially the greatest, already it is, but we have, when these things open up, there's never going to be a country like what we have right now. The Republicans have to talk about it.
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people
no,
here.
You don't. No, you don't.
Ooh!
What the hell?
Hey, MAGA, come on in here.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers.
That man just said what Elon and Vivek said last Christmas. And I guarantee y'all not going to say nothing about that. Y'all going to let him ride. That's something a liberal would say. We don't have the talent here. We have to bring them from overseas. That's something a Democrat would say. He said we don't have the talent. Y'all killed Vivek for saying the same thing. And guess what? I'm not agreeing with Vivek. Because the talent is here, but you know where the talent is and you don't want to put the money towards it because you know what would happen in a generation. That same talent that you would put money in that's domestic would take over. And they wouldn't listen to you. That's why you got rid of the trades, because you couldn't tell the tradesmen anything. Look how much trouble they're having with union workers right now. You can't tell them unions nothing. They're the foundation of this country. That's why when people put up stories about how them truck companies keep going out and seeing how them truckers keep putting up their videos saying how they lost their job, they don't know what they're going to do. People always sympathize. When they had the dock workers strike outside of the president, when they found out that he was making all that money, everybody sided with the union dock workers, the longshoremen, all of them. The auto workers, same thing. They were more mad at the corporations than the people working there. He said it. Go ahead, MAGA. Go ahead and defend that. He said, "You're not talented." Should I play it again? We're going to play it again because they're going to tell me I was lying. He didn't say that. I deceptively edited the clip.
Thing will not be a big priority for your administration, because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here.
No, you don't have. You don't have certain talents, and you have to.
You don't have certain talents. MAGA, how all that money you gave Trump? Why don't y'all open up a STEM field for your children? I'm going to be quiet. Lunatic Libertarian. Hello, you seem new, but welcome. You said kid grabbing independent.
Yes. Yes.
Hope that answered your question. MAGA, he said you don't have certain talents. I guess grifting, they haven't given out degrees yet. They're probably not even at the certificate level yet, but you know, he said it. Look at him. He praying to Satan right now. Look at him. Oh boy, when the day he sells MAGA out and they all see it and they all go crazy and X crashes. I'm just gonna say, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do an ASMR. And I hate Kamala Harris, but I'm going to you know what I'm gonna do instead of doing that? I'm going to play and show what he said, or if it's on video, we're gonna play it, and I'm just gonna loop it with this.
I prayed for this and it happened.
For 10 hours. I'm just going to grift views. He said it. Sir, I'm laughing. Who's mad? I'm laughing right now. That man is selling out his base in real time and they still don't see it. Okay, pussyfoot, click that link and prove that I'm a liberal. This should be fun. Come on now. Don't do like your name says and pussyfoot past the link that you see up there. Click that link and prove I'm a liberal. This should be fun. Let's give my audience some more entertainment. I bet you won't do it, though. You're going to talk like a female. See? Told you. You mad. That's how he sound right now behind his phone. You mad. You mad. That's how they all sound. Oh, I get it. I know why you said this. Because a real man is actually talking to you. How many can you have on StreamYard? Up to 10. Including myself. Good. You don't care about me? Then leave like a female. Tell everybody you're leaving. Tell me how stupid I am. And go live your life. And you can take your orange dildo that has Trump's name on it and put it back in your mouth. Good. You're here to troll? Well, we have something for you since you want to troll because you're a pussy with a foot and a footed pussy. Y'all know what to do, family.
victory, fatality.
Then the lion motherfucker said it. Everything's going great because you are a pussy-footed foot pussy. But anyway, we continue. Let's have some more fun laughing at Trump selling out MAGA.
People have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it before?
Well,
when you and I were
I'll give you an example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing and very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this.
That's what you do. Y'all see what's on the screen now? This is New York Post, so y'all can't tell me that I deceptively edited this. This is Photoshop. This is on their website. Oh, what the hell? Well, look at that. Huh. Trump reveals he was very much opposed to massive ICE raid on Hyundai plant in Georgia that led to hundreds of arrests and deportations. Well, isn't that something? He was against it. So it sounds like you have rogue actors in your administration. That's okay. And it was so bad that the governor of this state that I live in had to go overseas to go kiss the South Korean's ass. Oh, lunatic libertarian. I know. They get hella subsidies. I just find it funny that that was the one ICE raid that Trump was against. And he had to go send Kemp. Well, he didn't send him, but Kemp had to go over there because he knew how much money he was going to lose. And that contract, he didn't want it pulled. He had to go fly his ass to Seoul and go kiss Hyundai's ass. Oh my God. But this is what MAGA's defending. You clowns.
You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles. It doesn't work that way.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page.
Okay, so that was that. I know that took a while. It didn't even take that long. I didn't want it to take that long, but those friggin' trolls. But anyway, let's wrap a taste. Because you saw that thumbnail we had. Let's wrap a taste. Fam. MAGA was hot yesterday. We might have to give them a little credit. That was the day they paid attention in math class and realized that sometimes a bigger number is not always good. They say Bill Pulte, I think that's his name. Bill Pulte, whatever the fuck. By the way, he younger than me, and he looked like he 53. But anyway, he's the one that floated the 50-year mortgage to Trump. And Trump hearing money and, spreadsheets and all that, done in crayon because he's slow. He said that was so cool, I'm going to put it up on True Social. Next to FDR. Now, y'all want to tell me something? Because y'all heard what I just said about 5 minutes ago, how Trump is slowly going back to the left. What Republican president is going to openly put themselves next to FDR? I just want to know. Because I don't remember W doing it. I don't remember his daddy doing it. I don't remember Reagan doing it. I'm just saying. And they're saying this is a good thing. Well, the people in his administration, they're saying they're saying this is a good thing. The aides got pissed off. The White House is upset. How does Bill Pulte, or whatever his name is, how does he still have a job this morning? By the way, you want to know what his position was before he got into the White House? He oversaw Freddie Mac and what's the other one? Fannie, whatever the fuck. Fannie Mae. That's right, Fannie Mae. Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. Because now they're one because of, what happened with the loans and all that and the housing crisis. They're one now. He was running the show. By the way, I think you would also be curious to know that Bill does not have a business degree. You heard exactly what I said. This man ran businesses but doesn't have a business degree. His degree is in broadcast journalism. He's skating off his name, his last name, because of his grandfather, who was a captain of industry building homes. Mr. William J. Pulte, or whatever, however you say their last name. Does that not sound like DEI to me, family? And if you don't believe me, you can look up his Wikipedia. It says it right there. Yeah. So for those, I got this. Now, this Wall Street Mav, this is an idiot. They try to pull that crypto bullshit, but they're a fucking idiot. But today, we're going to let them live. So they say, I really hope that Stephen Miller or someone else can explain to President Trump that is not what we voted for. Yes, the hell you did. You voted for that man to be controlled. See, y'all got away with it the first time because nobody knew who he was in respect to politics. They gave him a long ass leash. I know they tried to impeach him twice, but they gave him a long ass leash. They said, if he come back, we're not going to allow this. And if you think I'm talking about Congress, you haven't been listening to this channel long. Trump was put into office this time around to advance the interests of the global South, not America. America's downfall was already started in 2000. Most people don't even know that. I'm going to do a broadcast about that one day, just so I could show y'all. It might be before the end of the year. We do a quarter century of the fall of America. Actually started in 2000. But we continue. This is a path to giving away the midterms in 2026 to Democrats launching investigations and impeachments for 2 years. His base is going to stop caring soon if this continues. Trump needs to turn this around. No. Again, when you found out about affinity partners and Jared Kushner and how he hasn't been in the States in months because he's over there in Qatar working with that government to build up the Trump golf course and the interest that he has in Doha, you should have known you voted for your destruction. And I'm not saying Kamala Harris was going to be any better because she was with BlackRock. They were going to accelerate the destruction. But again, I love how now that he's not doing anything that you thought he was going to do, now you're going to say, this is not what I voted for. You should have found that out the first week. You should have found that out when he started bombing boats in the ocean. By the way, he's now going after the UK again because they said they're not going to share any more intelligence based on what he was doing, bombing those boats. But okay. Look, see? What did I tell you? Gonna go blame Kamala. Yes, Kamala would have been bad. We understand that. The fact that you have to sit up here and try to compare them to make him look better tells me everything I need to know. This lady said, he's right. We need to go get the talent. Well, maybe if you taught your kids that, you could have done it yourself. There's plenty of documents on Google and YouTube to learn how to code. They have coding for kids. You fucks had your kids running around in quote unquote patriotic gear all fucking summer for the past decade, trying to fucking own libs when you should have had them in coding camps. Since they want to be on the iPad and cell phone so much, why don't you load up programs to show them how to build their own? Maybe one of them would have been smart enough to sit up there and figure out how to advance the fucking iPhones and the Galaxies. No, you didn't do that. You wanted to own some libs who were out there every day changing the political landscape. You didn't want to do that. And I'm not giving libs any type of credence or adulation. I'm just trying to tell you a story. And y'all can't say that they didn't have it. Because most of y'all claim y'all live in the South. And I looked around, especially my city. Last summer, there was about 15 coding programs every week. You could pay for a week or you could pay for the full 2 weeks. So you can't tell me it wasn't there. They had it in Florida. They had it in Tennessee. They had it in South Carolina. It was all over Texas. And you fucks claim that y'all moved down there. So I don't want to hear it. You don't give a shit about your kids because you're shitty parents. I'm going to say it. You could have went and taught your kids about medicine. You could have taught your kids about horticulture. You could have taught your kids about data analysis. And you could start off small. Go to the fucking grocery store with them and teach them how to shop. That's data analysis. That's statistics. Pull up y'all's supermarket apps and show them the difference in prices. But y'all don't give a shit about your kids. I don't care if you get mad at me. You don't give a shit about your kids. My kid is into surgeries. She always asks me, can we watch foot surgeries? I think she really likes the blood, but still, she's interested in STEM. You got to cultivate that. Your kids like to watch YouTube? Cool. Start them on a fucking YouTube channel. That's data. That's STEM. Okay, fine. You don't want to exploit your kids. Buy Instagram. I forgot to say that. Buy into Instagram. You don't want to exploit your kids. Fine. Teach them robotics. Boston Dynamics stay needing people. They're going to need people in like 20 years. And I'm sure they don't want to, it'd probably be cheaper anyway, but I'm sure they don't want to import it. But y'all running around saying that colleges are woke and all this. I don't want to send my kid to college. Okay, motherfucker. If you want them to be the driving force in this country, you're going to have to send some of them there. Get them interested in things. But you don't want to get them interested in nothing because you want them to be drones like you. You don't want them. Okay, fine, MAGA. Since you ain't going to say it, I say it. Let the Negro say it. You don't want your kids to be smarter than you. Well, that's great. Well, that's great, Donna, if your kid fell out in the toilet. That's crazy. I don't know why you said that, but all right. Sure. I mean, okay. Great. Your kid fell out in the toilet. Okay. All right. Anyway, why don't you teach them how to make a social media app? It's not hard. Coursera is right there. You could do free courses. You could learn and then teach. But we know what you're doing. You're teaching them to be racist because that's free. You don't need a degree in that. You're going to have kids with PhDs and JDs in racism. But they're going to have a dunce cap, which is going to be weird. But yes, MAGA, this is exactly what you voted for. You voted for a scammer. You voted for a grifter. Look at this. They're putting up a picture because he was in front of a Walmart. I'm sorry, Kmart. 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 This is supposed to mean that he's supposed to relate. Kmart. You sure about that? Well, no, that link is because I have it set that if you want to put it on your channel, you can do that. But there should be nothing wrong with that link. Like anybody could click it. Like, I'll show it to you. See, like I can put myself in. And that's crazy. Hold on. All right. See, it works. Okay, so let me go back into that. But again, they put this up as a way to show you that he could relate to you. Huh? Trump saying we don't have enough talented people in this country was the biggest betrayal to his base in his political career. Absolutely unreal thing to say. And to add the insult to injury, he said in the context of importing more Indians. But again, fam, you were here when we were laughing at Vivek and Elon. He supported them And MAGA let him live. They let him live. Vivek now is running a doom campaign in Ohio. And Elon, I have him blocked on X. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but it must not be important because don't nobody say, hey, Elon said something gangster. Trump has betrayed the American people over some H-1B Indians. It's so over. It was over the day he won the election. All right. 50-year mortgages, 600,000 Chinese students, Antifa rise. That was crazy, though, up there. Antifa was whooping on Turning Point USA people. Whooping. Oh, wait a minute. I got something to show y'all. I think this is funny. Because I see how Savannah Hernandez now all of a sudden think that she's some kind of credible journalist. I didn't told y'all she's horrible, but you know, she got to be in that what was it? In that room with Trump and them, and they think that she's somehow great. Now, she talking about this here, talking about how she was able to buy a home. Respect, but she said she had to work remotely. Why in the fuck would you say that? This is what I mean. This is what Donald Trump breeds. This elitism. Sorry. This elitist, this fake ass elitist behavior. Why would you say this? What's this? She said you're gonna get deported. All right. What the fuck? What is this? Former InfoWars report Savannah Hernandez has blocked me for exposing her sexual encounter with John Doyle. Oh, okay. I mean, what I tell y'all, I told you MAGA don't like women. I told y'all. Wait, she was at January 6th? Oh, look at that. She was at January 6th. I got to show y'all this. They say she was at January 6th. Well, how come she didn't get arrested? I think we should call the FBI for her. Oh, here we go. Jersey Devil, I guess you're new here. By the way, the Devils suck. Go Rangers. When have I ever said on this channel that Democrats aren't controlled? You're new here, so I'm gonna let you live. I literally said that today. I said it yesterday. Both sides are controlled. There goes my balloons. Both sides are at the mercy of lobbyists and corporations. Literally been saying that. Fuck Martin Brodeur. Anyway. So I don't know where that came from, but again, you're new, so we're going to let you live. Kerry King, you seem new, but welcome. Trump reminds me of the first President Bush when he saw a checkout scan and didn't know what it was in the 90s. Trump doesn't care about the rest of us, just his rich friends. And the 8 national OCGFC. But they saying Savannah Hernandez was at January 6th. She need to be arrested. She's an insurrectionist. She was probably in the building. Here we go. The H-1B visa program should be completely halted until all fraud is rooted out. Americans are prioritized for every H-1B position available. Every American who had their job stolen by H-1B visa holders given their job back. Okay, so good. I guess you can be outside the courthouses when those massive lawsuits come down, but that's okay. That's okay. I tell you, that chick is dumb, but it's gonna take a while. I understand it. They think she cute. She's that spicy Latina. They're gonna let her live, but she's gonna do something stupid next year, and they're gonna turn on her. She's gonna be the WB. Y'all know what that is. Well, what is this? Oh, okay. All right. So you're filming them. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hey, that's fire. That's fire. Let's go. All right. Let's look up what was that thing he said yesterday? Yeah, let's go back to the mortgage, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. Okay. Hold on one second. Sabrina. I think my wife is watching Trading Places. Shout out to her. I would have never been able to be a homeowner without the 50-year mortgage. I tell you that AI dangerous.
The thing that your administration is trying to tackle, many Americans, the average age of first-time home buyers are now up to age 40, which is sad for the country you and I grew up in.
I inherited that. Look, you have to understand.
Right, but let me get to the question, though, because your housing director has proposed something that has enraged your MAGA friends, which is this 50-year mortgage idea. So a significant MAGA backlash, calling it a giveaway to the banks and simply prolonging the time it would take for Americans to own a home outright. Is that really a good idea?
It's not even a big deal. I mean, you know, you go from 30 to 50 years, and what it means is you pay something less from 30. That some people had a 40, and then that.
Oh yeah, because the banks are going to give you less. They're going to charge you less for a longer loan because they want that on their books. The man is going to turn home ownership into commercial ownership. I can't believe it. He said it. He said it's not even that big a deal.
Now they have a 50. All it means is you pay less per month. You pay it over a longer period of time.
What about just telling them, listen, we have 30 years. They've been working well. Can we lower the payments? How about this? And I'm just throwing this out there. How about the payment be how much square foot your house is? Meaning, let's just say, let's look up the average house square foot. Let's just look that up, right? So they say that average size of a single family home in the United States is currently around 2,200 square feet, although this has been decreasing in recent years. In 2023, the median size of a completed single family home was reported to be approximately 2,233 square feet. Why in the fuck can't people just pay that? 2,233 square feet. And based on your credit history and your credit score, you could lower that. Why we can't just do that? I'm just saying. I think that would be wonderful. I think if you live in a 500 square foot apartment, I think you should be paying, depending on the amenities you get, I think you should at most pay 2.5 times. I would treat it like taxes. At a certain square footage, it starts to go up. So let's say up to 2,500 square feet, you pay that $1 a square foot. Again, we're not factoring in, credit score and all that. Once you get past that, then we talking about, because then some of the mansions be like $4,000, they'd be like 4,000 and up. Then, we'll say, okay, you want to live in a house that's real, they say is worth $1.5 million. All right. Because we got to get this off our books. Since you want to live there, give me $3,000 a month. Give me that. You about 6,000. You want to live there? You give me about 6,000. $1 a square foot. I think that would be fire. People know what they're paying for. We can get them homeless veterans off the street, because the government got to get their subsidy programs in. You got them off the street, and you can get people that want to be out of apartments into homes, especially with families. You get them relief. They could go get a home, and they'll understand. Because like Just a Thought said, you're going to have other things in that house to pay for. That boiler might fuck up. You may have rodents in your attic if it has one. And especially them squirrels, they love to chew. The squirrels and rats love to chew on wires. Fuck around and burn your house down. Mold, all that. Come on now. But they won't do it. I'm sure GDS, this is the foundation might get fucked up. Y'all saw what happened in China. But GDS, yeah, because this is a big story. He said that bullshit. He co-signed it. But I get it. These companies, they want to see $10 come in every second, not $1. I understand. But MAGA, you voted for this, and you should love it. Hey, Just a Thought. You also forgot about the Karens. Good, Todd C. Come prove that to me right now, that MAGA rules America. Come on. It should be easy. I challenge you to a debate. Come prove that MAGA rules America. Come on. Should be easy. But I know you won't do it. Because you're a coward. Y'all think he a coward? I think he a coward. The only one come in here. It's funny that y'all love to big up MAGA, but then y'all ready to defend MAGA. Y'all won't go defend MAGA. Why do all leftists? I'm not a leftist. So, let me help y'all since y'all keep thinking that I'm a leftist. I'm finna help y'all. Watch this. I love this, by the way.
Let me tell you something, man. You see a thing named police, politician. Me not trust none of them boy, the road boy. Remember.
That's my ethos. I don't trust the police and I don't trust politicians. That includes those on the left. I've cussed out Jasmine Crockett. I've cussed out AOC. I've cussed out Chuck Schumer. I've cussed out Hakeem Jeffries. I've cussed out Wimniam, the one up there in New York that just won his race again. That one, I cussed him out. I've cussed out Obama how many times? I've cussed out Biden. I've cussed out Kamami. Please. What leftist you know? You could click that link, sir. I'm ready. Click that link. Come on, let's go. Come on, you coward. You know why MAGA's so emotional. All this winning they're doing. Sir, I'm not a leftist and I'm not liberal. Next question. But you can click that link too and come prove it to me. No, Todd C is a 40-year-old white man who's sitting right now in his Trump undies trying to figure out how he's going to try to defeat a black man with the same talking points that I've defeated his favorite influencer with. You know how hard it is to quote Matt Walsh and swear that you're right? MAGA, I thought you were doing all this winning. Why are you so focused on somebody that's telling the truth? You should be able to prove it to me. Go ahead. Go explain when this AI boom crashes, how America's going to be better. Go ahead. Oh, fam. Should I really tick his button today? Guess what came out this morning? They're going to tell me this is a lie too, right? There was some document that came out today that I know MAGA, when they really find out, because, you know, they have to have 6 cups of MAGA coffee, you know, that Trump branded coffee. They're going to try to do many a jumping jack past this because we know that's how they are. MAGA, you pussies who won't click that link, come explain this to me right now.
Get to work! You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Now, y'all gonna tell me this is a lie, right? Because it's the BBC that said it. Okay, fine. Let's see. MSDNC. Y'all not gonna like that one. Let's see. House Democrats. Well, look at that. They're extorting your president. Huh? And he dropped this on my birthday. Thank you to the Most High. I don't give a shit about the Epstein list because y'all don't give a shit. But I just find it funny that today on my birthday, shout out to me, this comes out in the middle of the week, right when the House is about to vote on reopening the government. I just find it funny. But y'all swear, but now Trump got all this power in DC. Huh? Todd, you shouldn't be talking about somebody getting a job because I have a job. This is my day off. I don't work on my birthday no more. But look at you emotional. You typing in all caps. Why are you so upset, sir? McDonald's is serving lunch right now. You could go get you a 20-piece. You know, Trump loves McDonald's. You can go get the Trump order. I know you know it by heart. Come on now. Why are you upset? House Democrats release Epstein paper saying Trump, quote, knew about the girls. Well, damn. Well, damn. They said you ain't going to put that chick in there to give us the vote. Fuck it. We're going to put it out there. They just said we finna start leaking. Convicted SO Jeffrey Epstein said Donald Trump knew about the underage girls that Epstein was accused of victimizing, according to emails released on Wednesday by Democrats in the U.S. House of Representatives. The Democrats cite exchanges with author Michael Wolff and Ghislaine Maxwell, a British socialite, and Epstein's former girlfriend who was serving a 20-year prison sentence on charges including ST of a minor. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Trump knew Epstein socially in 1990s and early 2000s, but has denied any wrongdoing. In private correspondence with Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein wrote in 2011 that Donald Trump, quote, spent hours at my house with a victim of ST, and Democrats on the House Oversight Committee said in a statement. The Democrats cited a separate email with Wolff in 2019 in which, quote, Epstein stated explicitly that Donald Trump knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. And he didn't call the police. And he didn't call the police. Where is the alleged, sir? This is not alleged. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. Well, let's read it. Oh, shit. Now, again, for the purposes of us, until more information comes out, we will say allegedly. But let's see. Now, this was on April 2nd, 2011, 7:09 p.m. Importance high. Oh, shit. Let's see. I want you to realize that the dog hasn't barked is Trump. Victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc., and 75% there. I don't know what that means. Okay, redacted victim name, Mar-a-Lago. Trump said he asked me to resign. Never remember ever. Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. Didn't call the police. I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey's a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. This was in 2015. I hear CNN is planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you, either on air or in scrum afterwards. I think you should let him hang himself. That's insane. Jeffrey Epstein said, let that motherfucker hang himself, boy. Now, again, this is all alleged. They could have made this shit up, but that's crazy. Who wrote this? They say he wrote it. And he got a Gmail account? Say less. So how's Ghislaine got her own? She has her own domain and everything, but you using Gmail. All right. That's insane. But I know what they're gonna say. PBS is woke. I defunded them and now they came out with this. That's what he's gonna say. Politico, I guess they're gonna tell me Politico is they're biased. NBC News is biased, New York Times is biased, The Hill's biased, Breitbart and Newsmax, and what's the other one? Fox News. And the rest of them, they didn't report it, so it's got to be fake. Now I'm wondering why they're probably calling Trump right now to get him to come on TV and deny this shit. The Independent, they're gonna say Forbes. That's what I should have done. That would have gotten them off my back. This is what I should have done.
A project in Indonesia. Exploited. People may.
This is what I should have done.
I'm afraid work must intrude. You're going to develop that region, not exploit it. I believe you. I read the article in Forbes.
That's what I should have done. I read the article in Forbes. Then they probably would have said I was telling the truth. But come on, MAGA. The StreamYard link is there. Tell me how this is fake. If Trump was black, would he be able to do even 10% of this shit? Would you vote for him? No. Number one, I wouldn't vote for him. And number two, if he was black, would he have gotten away with it? If well, you gotta understand, presidents are controlled, so he probably would have. Look what Obama got to get away with. Obama brought cartels into this country and got people killed after selling them guns. He spied on the press. He let Hillary run around deleting emails to Benghazi. They let people for years say that this man and his family never had a scandal in the White House, even though they literally had a scandal in the White House every year. They were saying that their two kids aren't theirs. He probably would have got away with it. But they would have dropped the documents on the second he would have lost to Biden. So we wouldn't have had a president, Trump, the second time. This is why I tell y'all, next year, we need to vote everybody in the House out. Every senator that is up, vote them out. So we can get rid of the lobbyists. We can get rid of special interest groups. We can get people in there that are really from the soil, that understand what we need and what to fix. And then if that don't work, then you know what? At least we attempted something. But they won't do that. Lady Wise, are you sure I'm grasping? So Fast and Furious never happened, right? Oh, okay. We're not talking about Domino. We talking about him selling guns to them cartels. That's a lie? Let me know if that's a lie. So he didn't do this, right? You know what? You ain't gonna believe me because that's in Australia. We'll go to National Review. So, yes, I'm not gonna do that. So Eric Holder didn't lose his job over this. You're right. He didn't tell Eric Holder after they lied the first time to go out there and take the hit. And he had to lose his job so he could bring in Susan Rice. That didn't happen, right, Lady Weiser? That didn't happen. They didn't get caught selling guns to cartels who brought it back over here and killed people with them. That's how they found out. You're right. That didn't happen. Yet they say it right here. But you're right. I'm lying. Obama didn't spy on the press. She's probably going to tell me I lied about that too. But okay. Look at that. AP. They monitored reporters' phone calls. An indicted co-conspirator, somebody from Fox News. That was his Justice Department. And that's U.S. News. Why'd you run? I get you want to protect Obama, but we got to tell the truth. Look, MAGA praises the fact that Trump be getting at these politicians, but they didn't give Obama no praise when he was yelling at Jim Acosta. Y'all forgot about that. He used to get in shouting matches with the press. He'd just be cool with it. Look, Obama used the Espionage Act to put a record number of reporters under surveillance and jail. There's sources. There's sources. Because I misspoke when I said reporters, because we know what would happen if he did that. It'd be crazy all over this world. But I lied, right? You know it's there. Oh, he didn't destroy our country. Boy, you better go somewhere. He didn't destroy our country. Oh, Lord. Okay. Don't y'all complain about fentanyl coming in this country? How you think it got there? You think it started with Trump? Y'all do know Obama accelerated that, right? Explain this to me. How did it not destroy our country? You just saw me read that he sold guns to cartels. How did that not destroy our country? You gave them American hardware. Explain that to me. Obama played golf down here in Atlanta. Bet y'all didn't know that. Okay, sir, did I call him a drug dealer? See, this is what I mean. I let y'all talk and then y'all just expose that y'all not listening. I never called him a drug dealer. I said he gave them guns. Did I say anything about dealing drugs? I need you to listen. But again, y'all just want to talk just to talk. You said he didn't destroy the country. He eroded the press's confidence in the government. Why do you think they're so bold now to go find something on whatever president's sitting there right now? Correct. Every president does that. Yes, every president allows the cartels to walk around. We know that. I'm not going to put something on that man, though, that I can't prove. I can prove Reagan did it, though. Trump just told y'all the other day, hey, I'm going to lower the price of fentanyl. Where the hell do you think you get most of it from, sir? China. The same country you kept saying was bringing it in. The man, that's y'all's man, though. That's y'all's man. Yes, Bush started a 20-year war, correct. And the American government started a 400-year one. What's your point? And that 400-year war was not only against black people, but was also against the citizens. Now what? Now, which war you want to focus on? Yeah, most of it, yes. Most of it came from Oliver North, but Reagan knew about it. Remember, they allowed it to go to the hood until it creeped up in the suburbs. Then they wanted to go do something about it. Okay, we get it. We don't care, ma'am. I don't care if he's more presidential or more well-spoken. That motherfucker fucked us up. Just like Trump is fucking us up right now. The man went out there talking about he not going to give no bailout money. He need the banks to fail. And within his first term, bailed them out. Bailed out the automotive industry. But again, I love how you coming back now and didn't address the fact that we proved that he sold guns to the cartels and came back over here, killed Mexicans, and also killed a border agent. You didn't want to talk about that. You didn't want to talk about how he sat there and spied on journalists. But you cool with that because he's so presidential, because he's the long-legged Mac Daddy. I get it. Yes, correct. Yes, very good. He came up with a healthcare plan. And do you also want to tell us how you had to pay the tax on that if you didn't have it? You want to tell you want to tell the folk about that too? I'm just saying. Nah. Nah, you ain't got nothing for that? Oh, okay. They ain't got nothing for that, fam. They ain't got nothing for that. You do, hey, you know Obama gave you an award too. It was the one in Africa. You do know that. Here we go. Who cares? Ma'am, have you not figured out what we've been talking about? It doesn't matter who sits at 1600 presidential in the presidential rooms. It doesn't matter. Whoever sits at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is controlled. They're not working for you and me. They're working for Wall Street. They're working for the OCGFC. I'm sorry, the OCGFC. They're working for BRICS. Trump is working for BRICS. Obama was the same one who said that BRICS wasn't going to be a threat. They knew what they were doing. Fam, do you think I should show Lady Weiser how much of a friend Obama and Trump are? Should I show it to her like we showed a few months ago? Should I show it? I think I should show it. I think it's time. Because I seen this. It always kills me that y'all don't think that, Trump for years said Obama, he don't like him. He not a real citizen. They starting to bring that bullshit back up. Obama took shots at him. They think they hate each other. Oh no. Oh no. Did you forget about this? Look, they're sitting together. Look at them. They talking. Look at Command Me. She pissed, boy. Look at them talking. And guess what? They found out later that they were talking about Obama was going to get Trump into the golf course down here in Atlanta that he played at that cost $5 million to get in. And you need to have somebody, what they call it, endorse you. But go ahead and tell me more. Because I love how y'all think Obama and Trump hate each other. Wrong, sir. Wrong. Ain't about no respect. Because guess what? Let me help you. This same funeral, because this was Jimmy Carter's, Bush Jr., W, passed Trump. Didn't even give him no acknowledgement. So where's the respect? Yes, of course they talked. And they were talking bullshit. That's the point. Fuck is you talking about? Oh, Lord. He said it. Fam. Hey, everybody. He said it. Trump is trying to get Obama arrested.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Oh my God, sir. Trump is trying to get Obama arrested?
Threatened. And child, listen,
Child, please. Fam, will y'all come laugh at this man? Come laugh at this man or this female or this it. We don't discriminate around here. Trump is going to get Obama arrested. Obama. I'm sorry, fam. I'm sorry. Oh, but I needed that laugh. I needed that. That's a good way to start my first day as a 40-year-old. I needed that laugh. Oh my God. Let me guess, Matacats, because you saw it in the news. You saw a whole bunch of people, including Trump, saying that Obama need to be arrested for allegedly spying on his campaign and setting up the Russia hoax. Let me ask you a question, sir. If that was the deal, why is he not arrested now? They have the proof. If they got the smoking gun, why don't they just go get him? Why are they letting his wife do nothing but podcasts? Why is she not arrested as leverage? Y'all know where Obama is. He was just on some plane saying hi to the veterans. Y'all knew where he was. Secret Service knows where Obama is 24/7, 365. He gets lifetime security. Them Secret Service agents, they talk. Why didn't he go get him? This motherfucker said there's steps. Oh, there's steps. Did Nancy Pelosi follow those steps when she tried to impeach Trump for January 6th and try to throw him in jail? Or did she just say, hey, you fucked up? We're going to go get you. Let me help you, sir, since you don't know how the government works. If the government want to get you, they going to get you. Ain't no steps. They don't give a shit. Wait a minute. So you want to talk about steps. So do you agree with me that Trump should have been rightly indicted in New York? Because you just said that Trump now you just said Trump should be in jail. Yeah, you think he going to arrest Obama. The fact you think Trump is going to go to jail, it's laughable to me. Let me help you. They knew what he did the first term. They had 4 years to arrest him. They didn't do it. They gave him a sweetheart deal so he could be president. I guarantee you when he leaves, he's going to be in the Middle East for the rest of his life. And you still think that Trump, Mr. 34 count felon, is going to arrest Obama? Boy, y'all are delusional. Good. The day Obama gets arrested, W needs to be arrested for what he did with Katrina. I'll hold bated breath for that. Because he's directly responsible for thousands of lives lost and almost over 500,000 lives destroyed in one city. Let me see him go get that. Go dig up Reagan and go arrest him for what he did with the drugs. Go arrest him for allowing and not prosecuting the Philadelphia police for what they did to move. Go arrest Clinton for his indiscretions. But you won't do that. But y'all think this government is going to arrest the quote unquote black president. And you still haven't figured out that your president is all talk. Let me ask you a question. If you're still here, name me the last person Trump got arrested. And I know you're going to say James Comey. James Comey. An op. Okay, fine. How much you want to bet he's going to give him a pardon? And I'm letting this loop for a reason. These two are good friends. Who has done what? Hey, stop all this talking. Just click that link. Me and you can have a conversation. I don't need it. I don't need to hear none of this no more. You obviously got opinions. You think I'm wrong. Click that link. What happened to Letitia James? Oops. What happened with that? Oops. Huh? Huh? What happened? Where's that prosecution? Mortgage fraud? That's what you're going to get her on. That's the best you could do. Mortgage fraud. Mortgage fraud. Just like when they thought they were going to start prosecuting everybody for allowing him to lose the 2020 election, right? Uh-huh. Yeah, all right. I tell you this, if Trump was a Democrat, he would have done it.
Oh, I don't like saying that. I don't like saying that. Oof.
I don't want to hear that. If he was a Democrat, yeah, Obama might have been in jail. He'd be the rogue Democrat. He'd have the whole party in disarray. But that's okay. Your whole ideology, excuse me, is rooted in Reaganism. But that's all right. There's nothing wrong. Everything's great here, right? MAGA's winning. This is who you voted for. The stroker. Trump lied to you and said, I'm going to stop wars. BRICS stopped those wars. Trump is in G's pocket. And I call him G because he's been gaming y'all. That man could crash the dollar tomorrow. Like that bridge in his country. Matter of fact, we're going to show you that video. Just so y'all can get an illustration of what the American economy finna look like very soon. No music. That was caused by a landslide. That's y'all's American economy. Now, thankfully, they said nobody was hurt or killed because they found structural inaccuracies and problems on an inspection, so they closed it a week before this happened. Y'all sitting up there praising this man, and this man has AI propping up his stock market. I's from New York. We say y'all. I've been down here in the South for 4 years, and I love the South. I say y'all. Good, you're right. Trump can't speak a single sentence without lying. And Obama can't speak a single sentence without being a long-legged Mac daddy. Not my words. That's Pastor Manning. That crazy asshole. The man who said if his wife ever gave him the fist bump, he'd punch her in the mouth. That's a crazy thing to say about your wife in front of the pulpit. I'm just saying. We finna show you.
I plead with all America and the world far and wide, do not give the White House to that half Negro Barack Hussein Obama.
The rich don't taste good. Pause. It's not my UR economy. And since you're new here, you don't know this. The fam that's been here will tell you, I've already told them how to adjust 2 years ago when Trump announced that he was running. Actually, that was 3 years ago now. This Saturday, I told them how to adjust, and I've been reinforcing it in them for the past 3 years. That's why they're not in here complaining about the economy. Every time something changes, they change. We good. We're stable here. How's my view on the new mayor? He's there to prop up the Jews. And no, this is not being xenophobic or what they call it for them Jews. I don't know what they call it. But I'm not being xenophobic. He was put there because there are hella, listen to me, because we went over this. There's a live about this. He's there to prop up the Jewish community who wants those fat city contracts for development, affordable housing and things like that. They want those contracts. That's something that the Jewish community, especially the business owners, have been eyeing for decades. You can go look up the stats on how many contracts they have, percentage-wise. I think it's less than 5%. They want those because they want to use it, build up, so they could flip it for the fatter federal contracts. Then they're going to come back around and say how great Zohan was for them. Still remains to be seen how it's going to look for the rest of New York. But then that way, they can flip it for that federal contracts, and then he can flip their endorsement to a run in Congress in 2030. I think he's a bitch, and I think he's a clown. But if New York like him, if the hometown like him, cool. I'm good. I'm good on him. I've already said my piece. He's an actor. DJ Cardamom, that's his rap name. If you don't believe me, go look it up. But back to the long-legged Mac Daddy.
America, don't turn this great nation over to the Negroes. They're not ready yet. They're not ready yet. They're not ready. I beg you. I beg you. I beg you. Don't.
Yeah, and how'd that work, Pastor Manning? How'd that work? Y'all left it in the hands of everybody else, and we're going to hell in a handbasket. How Trump said it, you can't do any worse. But I have a strange feeling that you put the black folk in charge, things get cleaned up in this motherfucker hella quick. No, that's just me.
Don't do this thing. Don't do this thing. Don't give America over to the Negro.
But they're supposed to go to your church. All right, you got it. Where's the long-legged Mac Daddy? He pimps white women and black women. Obama.
There are a lot of people running around here telling me that I'm preaching the wrong thing. And that, in fact, I made mention of this earlier today. There are a number of people who I've never heard them say the long-legged Mac Daddy.
There you go. What's that you said? You said, is he speaking from his own opinion? Or is he saying that's what white people were thinking? No, that's his own opinion. I shudder to think that Pastor Manning's around a whole bunch of white people when his church is in Harlem. Shout out to the Most High. He gonna get him. That's why the Most High said, we're not gonna elevate you. The highest he ever went to was Vlad TV in front of Lord Jamar, and Lord Jamar pressed him. Sorry, but you know.
And I've never heard them say anything that would be considered to be ill or untoward towards Obama. Black people. Now, they appear as if they don't like him, but they're in agreement with me. But in their hearts, they can't bring themselves to call him a low-life quasi-Muslim freak or a long-legged Mac Daddy. They can't do that because they don't feel that he is. They love him. And I know it. And God showed me. No, God showed me. God showed me. Now, they'll call a white person something in a minute. They will jump on a white man and call him this and every name under the sun. That's right. But not for Obama. I have never, in the 3 years he's been on the public stage, I've given him a name that is world famous. It'll be in the Guinness Book of Records. It'll be in the history of the presidency of Obama, long-legged Mac Daddy. But these people I've never heard.
Pause. He paused. I said pause, nigga. Mind you, LeBron is spending $2.5 million on his body. Pause.
I would give it to Barkley. Pause. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy, but I'll let you go. Pause. It's a luxury to have a big man. Pause. They gave him the soft one. The hard one. Pause. Pause, nigga.
Yeah, y'all know what to do.
Flawless victory. Fatality.
Yeah, we don't need that. Yes, that's the Uncle Ruckus of Harlem. Pastor Manning. But yeah. So what have we learned today? MAGA has now started to realize that Trump sold them out. Remember, this is the same dude. Remember, we played it yesterday. I know what MAGA wants. That's what he said. Then he said Americans don't have the talent. That's why we have to import it. But again, they let him live when he said it last year. Are y'all going to let him live this year for saying it? But we know you probably would, because that's how y'all operate. Trump is a mascot. And the faster you figure this out, the faster we will be able to get out of it. But before we go, we're going to do it again. We're going to play a small snippet of Brother Shaheed Bolson talking about Trump with the Gulf. Well, actually, you know what? We're not going to play that one. I want to play that one another day. We're going to finish out Trump overseeing the downfall of America.
I mean, they might be serious about trying to take control of the Panama Canal. They might be serious about that. But I think that mostly has to do with just confirming that America is only going to be interested in having influence in the Western Hemisphere, in the global North. But I mean, even that, okay, even that, when you weigh the cost of maintenance of the Panama Canal, management, staff, security, and so forth, repairs, and on, everything that America would have to spend in order to control the Panama Canal, well, the net profit is barely going to be $1 billion annually. That's assuming that the trade flows through the Panama Canal remain as they are, which, given Trump's obsession with tariffs and his obsession with alienating global business from doing business with America, it seems likely that trade through the Panama Canal will actually decrease. So frankly, taking control of the Panama Canal will most likely end up costing America considerably more than they'll ever profit from it. It's the same with Greenland, really. You know, I mean, given how disruptive and how alienating it would be for America to actually force Denmark to sell them Greenland, you know, plus the amount of investment that they would have to put in, the initial cost and the investment and taking over services and so on inside of Greenland. Even with Greenland's natural resources, the U.S., I think, would be lucky to break even. I mean, that's if we take it seriously in the first place. Like I said, nothing Trump says should ever be taken at face value. He never means anything that he says. His public positions are always either bargaining tactics or just sheer misdirections. Both Panama and Greenland, and the idea of Canada becoming an American state, all of these are just moves, in my opinion, to try to estrange allies and isolate the U.S. as much as possible. That's what I think he's doing. And I think that that is the desired outcome. That's the real desired outcome, which is why I think it's a serious mistake to ever think that any politician's rhetoric about why a policy is being pursued is the actual reason the policy is being pursued, whether it's Trump or anyone else. It's not, this isn't unique to Trump, you know, because you always have people saying that, like, even analysts, well, that policy didn't work out as planned. Wow, that really backfired, and so on, because the outcome was not the outcome that was outlined by the original rhetoric. No, the outcome was exactly as desired. The rhetoric was the lie. It seems like this should be a basic understanding that people should have. Yet you have people, like I said, even analysts, saying, like, for example, the sanctions against Russia appear to have backfired. They seem to have actually hurt Europe more than Russia. Who knew? Of course they hurt Europe more than Russia. That was obvious. And that was the intention all along. You know, this is especially true when the outcome is predictable, and especially true when the outcome is actually predicted. You know, when you have a predictable and predicted outcome, when that occurs, you should obviously deduce that that was the goal from the outstart. But the negative policy outcome, the desired negative policy outcome, is never going to be stated as the desired outcome, obviously. Like I said, you can't sell that to the public. So, you know, for example, with the oil thing, Trump can say that he wants to the price of oil to be reduced in order to cripple Russia. But when a reduced oil price actually cripples American oil producers, and predictably so, well, that was the whole point of the policy. And it isn't the policymakers who are foolish. You're the fool for believing their rhetoric and for thinking that somehow the predictable and predicted outcome won't occur. So like I said, Trump, for example, is not anti-China. Putting tariffs on Chinese goods is anti-American, not anti-China. But again, this isn't about Trump. I don't want to keep making it about Trump. The containment of America was always going to happen, like I said. And in fact, it's been happening, you know, incrementally, gradually. It's been happening for quite some time. But the process is accelerating. But nothing was ever going to prevent it in reality. I mean, the rise of BRICS is not an uprising. This has to be understood. This has to be understood. It's a relative rise being facilitated by the A-National OCGFC through several strategies, which includes deliberately expediting America's decline. This is not a revolution, it's a transition. And it is a managed transition. You know, the sort of leftist, anti-imperialist rhetoric on the issue of BRICS is inaccurate to some extent, I think. And I think it's crucial for us to understand this properly. You know, multipolarity would be great if a private sector unipolar power did not exist, but it does. And multipolarity and national sovereignty means something very different to that unipolar superpower than it does to the nations of the global south. You know, to the BlackRocks of the world, to the state streets and so on, multipolarity and national sovereignty means compartmentalized, vulnerable countries, most of whom have national economies that are a fraction of BlackRock's assets, meaning they are susceptible to coercion, they're susceptible to bribery, manipulation, and exploitation. Yes, the A-national OCGFC are just as vicious and just as predatory as the nationalistic OCGFC. They don't care about BRICS. They don't care about the global south. They care about market domination. That's all. And it just so happens that the global south is the most important market of the 21st century. They're not coming to help us. They're coming to help themselves. And everyone should be very clear about that. And that's why I think that no one should ever talk about multipolarity without also talking at the same time about solidarity. And you shouldn't even talk about pan-Arabism or pan-Africanism or pan-Islamism or anything like that. You should only talk about pan-Southism, if anything, because the entire global south needs to work together, from Chile to Indonesia, from Saudi Arabia to South Africa, from Brunei to Belize. Okay, regional blocks, sure. ASEAN, the Arab League, the OIC, the African Union, the OAS, and so on. Yes. But all of these blocks need to be linked together. They need to be linked together, they need to coordinate, and they need to fortify each other. And we have to have protections against the very OCGFC whom we are partnering with, because even though it is necessary to partner with them, and it is strategic to partner with them, they're like Banu al-Nadir. They're like Banu Qurayza. They're like Abdullah bin Ubay. When they smile at us, it's not because they're happy to see us, it's because they're getting ready to bite. They'll pat you on the back just to practice stabbing you there. All they're waiting for is the opportunity. This is another practical reason, aside from the religious imperative, there's another practical reason for supporting and backing up our rulers, backing up our governments in the Muslim world. Because if they fall, if our governments fall, if they get toppled, or if they get destabilized by internal unrest and strife and so on, well, the A-national OCGFC will just turn BRICS into a new platform for colonization and subjugation. And that glimmer of hope that we're all seeing right now for real independence, for real sovereignty, and for the potential of a systemic global change in the economy and politics and so on, that'll get snuffed out. We're wrestling right now for control over the BRICS project to make it truly what we all hope it is, or what we hope it can be, what we know it can be. And the owners and controllers of global financialized capital, they're doing their best, and they're going to do their best to try to shatter that, believe me. Not so that they can keep the West on top. They don't care about keeping the West on top, but they want to make sure that they themselves are on top of the West and the global South.
Hey, if you do any more of what your name says, you gonna break down into a Karen. You gonna jiggle and wiggle something off that you need, like your teeth. Now, be respectful to your mama and take her out of your avatar and show everybody who you really are. The fuck? Don't do that white woman like that. She had a hard enough life as it is. The fuck? Motherfucker gonna put his mama picture out there. How you gonna? She looked like Stormy Daniels' sister. I ain't even gonna hold you.
This again is why I keep emphasizing the importance, the grave importance of solidarity between the rank and file, average, struggling people in the West, the struggling people of America, the so-called minorities in America, the members of the global majority who live in America. The need for solidarity between them and the people of the global South, between them and the people of the Muslim world, because we've been colonized and you're going to be colonized. And our struggle against colonization isn't over here. It's not over. It's just in a new phase. You know, we've made it across the battlefield, but now we're making our way through a minefield. You know, over there in America, in the West, you're going to turn into a battlefield. That's the stage that you're at now. Our history with the West is going to repeat itself in the West. You know, you're like an old predator who has become prey for his own offspring. Like I said, they're coming to you, your offspring is coming to you, and you think that there's still some familial affection between you, So you're glad to see them. And you think it's going to be like the old days when you used to hunt together. That's the way Trump is selling it to you. Because selling it to you that way is his whole job. But they're coming to hunt you, not to hunt with you. So you need solidarity with the global South. And as I've said before, especially about African Americans, but really it applies to all so-called minority groups in America. And in fact, it applies to every so-called race and so-called ethnicity in America who are struggling economically. You know, you live really, in reality, you live just the same. You struggle just the same as the people of the global South. You know, 22% of Americans are barely covering their basic needs. And 65% of Americans, low-income Americans, they're in a constant state of worry and a constant state of anxiety about being able to pay their bills, their necessary bills. At least 10% of Americans are in persistent poverty. So low-income, struggling, working-class populations living in America, if they were their own country, they would apply for BRICS. They would apply to join BRICS, you know? If your situation was your citizenship, for tens of millions of Americans, you would be living in a developing country if your situation was your citizenship. And I'm telling you, only your situation actually matters. They want your citizenship to make you forget about the situation that you're in, the situation that the country of your citizenship put you in. They want you to forget that you're poor, just by telling you that you live in the richest country on earth. Never mind that the country doesn't have riches. It has some rich people in the country, but increasingly, even those rich people don't identify with the country itself anymore. And Donald Trump is just one of those rich people. I'm telling you, millionaires and billionaires ought to be regarded as foreigners. They ought to be regarded as foreign in America and everywhere else. But they shouldn't even be allowed to hold office, in my opinion, because they actually belong to a different nation than the rest of the people. They truly do. They belong to the nation of wealth. They're a-national. They have nothing in common with you and I. I mean, how many of those celebrities whose mansions were burned down in Hollywood, how many of those people are in shelters right now? How many of them are even homeless at all? I mean, what would you do if your house burned down, if your home burned down? Do you have a helicopter that will whisk you away to your other home? You understand what I'm saying? These are people who have no stake whatsoever in your and my well-being. They have no stake in the well-being of the economy of the country. They have no stake in that because they've got theirs. They're covered. They've got theirs. It doesn't matter to them one way or the other what happens to America. It truly doesn't. And they're going to sell you out. They're going to sacrifice you. You know, the ship is sinking and they're already on the life rafts on their way to Dubai. And they're going to sell you out. They're going to sacrifice you. You know, the ship is sinking and they're already on the life rafts on their way to Dubai. You know, somebody said with the mass deportations Trump is doing, that's going to leave all of these manual labor jobs without workers. Well, who do you think is going to do that work now? Who do you think is going to have to do all of those jobs that migrant workers have been doing for next to nothing? It's you. It's you. That's the new gig economy. Picking fruit, washing dishes, cleaning hotel rooms, day labor, landscaping. Oh, did you think that they were telling you that you don't need college or that college is pointless because of neo-Marxist postmodernism and critical race theory? Is that what you thought? Turns out it was because they didn't want you to be overqualified to pick oranges. They didn't want you to think that you were too good to work at a warehouse. They didn't want you to assume that you would make a livable income on just one job instead of 2 or 3. See, the people on the upper decks of the ship, they know that the ship is sinking long before the people in the steerage. And they have first access to those lifeboats. So the elites have known for quite some time that America is going under. And they've already made their plans. They've already made their arrangements. And they made very different arrangements for you. You've been slotted to go down with the ship. That's in America and it's in Europe as well. And some of you have actually allowed yourselves to believe, you know, when you see the people rowing away in the life rafts, you believe when they tell you that you'll be safer, you'll be safe from the flood, you'll be safe from drowning if you stay in the belly of that ship. I told you, you'll have to always read them backwards. Always play them in reverse. You have to play them in reverse. And then you'll know what they're really saying. Here, we'll practice. Make America great again.
Something you said that wrong. It is called the nut to dust pipeline. But anyway, y'all, hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, I try to be better next time. Be here in about 8 hours. We will rightly celebrate my 40th birthday. We're going to have fun. We're going to roast. So if you're going to be roasting me, make sure your jokes are tight. We're going to have fun. We're going to usher in the last of my first day as a 4-year-old. And, you know, we begin in the next decade. So y'all take care, stay safe, stay warm, because I know how it is over in this country. And you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
So put on the full armor of God, Jesus Christ. I love you, God. Hell, a true Jesus Christ.
Oh, here it goes.
Time's up.
Get your ass up. We gotta get out of here now.
Did we have a good time here? Hello?
Gotta get your groove on.
At the end of the day gotta end.
That's it.